Hello, everybody. Welcome to Pink Passion Plus Power. Um, this is my new YouTube channel. I'm so excited because I'm finally here. It's been a long journey. I have started many times with different names and different things like that. Um, Not knowing that, my journey wasn't done, that there was something else that I needed to go through to get to this place. So, we're just going to get into that a little bit, just give you guys a little insight, a little bit about me. Um, my name is Deneen, and what inspired this channel and how we derived at the name Pink Passion Plus Power is I went through a battle of breast cancer. I'm, a survivor, and I like to call myself, I don't like to stay in that place of being in survival mode. I'm thriving. I'm thriving right now. I'm thriving. I'm thriving. Okay, so um, that's what inspired the whole channel was, what really just got me to the place that I really need to step into my calling. I really need to get out here and start playing and start being serious about my call, the purpose for my life and different things like that, because you never know when things may pop up on you, or you just don't know. And and a lot of times we be out here and we be wandering around and we be trying to figure it out, and then we fall off and do different things. So and it takes us so long because we get content in where we are, and then when something else comes along and happens, and it to push you forward, and I got tired of that. I'm like, I don't need to go through that no more. I don't need to go through that no more. What do I need to do so I can get my confidence to get up here and just do what I'm supposed to do? So I think I'm ready now. I've been through I've been through a lot. I've been through a lot. I often I tell my, story to certain people, but I don't share it a lot, because if it's just if it's just talking about my business, then I don't share it. But if there's a purpose, or the conversation arises, and I think that I just it is meaningful to share. I don't have a problem with sharing, but some people just want to know your business. Y'all know how that go. But anyway, um back to what I was saying. you know I was talking to somebody, and and I was like, just started talking about things that I had been through, and um, stuff I had even forgotten about. And I'm like, oh wow, man! And I was tallying things up, and it was like, girl, you done been through some things. And I was like, wow, I've been through a lot. And I'm waiting on the individual's response, because, I had, it was a lot of things, like I said, things I had even forgotten about. And the individual looked at me and was like, well, you can't tell, was their response. And I'm like, we be looking for that little empathy or something, I don't know what we be looking for, but we be looking for something. But that wasn't the response that I was looking for. But it really opened my eyes, and it really like boom, it kind of like hit me. And I was like, oh wow, that's something. That's something to think about right there. I haven't. I don't look like what I've been through. And even when I went through breast cancer, nobody knew. I didn't tell anybody until after I came out of surgery. And then they looking at me like, is she telling the truth? Is she lying? Is she just making this up or what? Because I did not look like what I was going through at that time. So, it's that's kind of how we ended up here. That's how we ended up here. And, so I prayed about it. And it's like, okay, so where are we going? What direction are we going with this? So the inspiration was from, the breast cancer journey was like um, the final hurdle. Um, Once I went through that situation, it's like, okay, now I'm ready. I gotta seek, I gotta use my story. I gotta use what I've been through. I have to use what's in me. You know what I'm saying? So that's how we ended up here. So the platform is open to our mission, I want to say, is now I made my little t-shirt, is embrace your difference. And I also make tumblers. So I had to make me a little tumbler to go with my t-shirt so we can show it together on here. See how it looks. See how we look. And all merchandise is available. If anybody wants anything, just leave me a message down at the bottom so we can do all that at a different time. But so embrace your difference. Everybody was uniquely and wonderfully made, and everybody is different. There's no two people alike. You have identical twins that there's some difference. Something is different about them. They, you study them just to figure out what the uniqueness is, what the difference is between them, right? So that you can identify them separately. And and that's just how God kind of showed it to me. Like, we're everybody is different. So I grew up with great expectations being put on me. I grew up in an environment where I always knew I was different. I always knew I was different. And to the point, sometimes I used to ask God, like, how did I end up with this family? Because I'm not like them. I'm different. I'm different. I'm different. Not that I'm better. That I just knew that I don't love my family. It's just that I just knew that there was something about me that was different than everybody that was around me. And, so much so that I couldn't tap into individuals who were like me. And it turned into me adapting to trying to be like them, to fit in, not be the eyeball all the time, and that's how I went on living life, you know what I'm saying? And it's like I had to realize, like, once I went through all these journeys, and it's like, when the C-19 hit, and you home by yourself, you forced to be in the world to live with yourself, and I had to realize, like, I don't even know myself. I don't even know myself. I had to sit and take time just to really get to know myself. So, and that's how we end up, and I wanted things different, I wanted the shorter hair, and I wanted smaller breasts, and I wanted this, and I wanted that, and I wanted this, and things just kept getting blocked. They just kept getting blocked, and I was like, so the reason being is because that's part of my identity. I've always had the long hair. I've always had big boobs, big leg. You know what I'm saying? I always had, those are my identifiers. Those are things that make me different. So if you want to take away those things from yourself that make you different, you know what I'm saying? And everybody has different things. You know what I'm saying? You have to identify those identifiers for yourself and realize and, and you know, learn to love those things about yourself. Learn to accept them things about yourself. Love them. Love yourself. And this is the first time I've ever been in this place in my entire life. And I've been around for a little while now. Okay? I've been around. I got more years behind me than I have in front of me. Okay? And I'm just now in a place where I can live alone. I can live with myself. It's not being by yourself, living with yourself. I can, you know, I do my own hair. I do everything myself. You know what I'm saying? I know what I want. I not sitting around waiting on people to do things for me. I don't think that I need a man to fulfill me, to make me happy. I'm learning how to love me and what I want and do those things for me. You know, it was like my birthday month was September. So the whole month of September, I made a pact with myself that every day of the month of September that I would do something for myself to put a smile on my face. It was something small. Something I would go get the little bundt cakes. I love these little bundt cakes. I had to stay away from I had to stay away from the bundt cakes, but they cost like less than $6. You know what I'm saying? So it wasn't like huge things every day. But every day I did something that made me feel good, that put a smile on my face. You know what I'm saying? So you have to learn, you have to treat yourself the way you want others to treat you. But you have to know yourself. And that's where it becomes, we got to learn, we got to know who we are. Before we can embrace our difference, honey, we got to know what our difference is. We got to know who we are. We got to know what's unique about me. What's unique about you? You know what I'm saying? And that was pretty deep for me. That was pretty deep for me. I was trying to take this channel in a whole lot of different directions, and this is it. We will be coming on here. We be sharing. I hope y'all come in and just tap in and just talk about, you know, how do you embrace your difference? What's different about you? You know, it's just like even me making these tumblers. You know, it took me a long time to do them because all I was thinking about was, oh, so many people do them. So many people do them. Like, how I'm going to be different. How I'm going to, you know what I'm saying? And it wasn't a tumbler is a tumbler. Okay? So it's something about, you know, I feel like my hands are anointed. People tell me once they get a cup, I make a cup for them, that it's something different about them. It's something different about them. But if I had never stepped out, if I had kept staying in that place of, you know, being afraid or intimidated because so many people are doing them, I would have never known. You know, And a lot of times it's not even about making money. It's about sometimes it's like I just feel led to just bless people with certain cups and just to see the joy on them and the smiles on their face and you know it's just a tumbler, you know, but there's something just special about it, you know. It's my special anointing that's on it. You know, the anointing that God gave me is on these cups. So each individual thing, like, you know, just how many people make T-shirts? How many people make T-shirts? Millions and millions of people make T-shirts, but they're all selling some. You know what I'm saying? So this is what we want to open up an avenue and just get to a place where we just embrace the difference that God has created us to be. You know, what's your uniqueness? What's your um, piece of the puzzle? You know what I mean? Because and sometimes we be doing things that we ain't even anointed to do. Just because, you know, all my life I have whatever I put my mind to, I'm gonna do it. I'm gonna do it. I'm gonna get it done. And all my life I have been doing things that I made money, I was successful, but it wasn't what I was supposed to be doing. You know? It wasn't what I was supposed to be doing. I was doing everything and I'll do it well. Anything that I do, I'm gonna do it well. That's just my personality. That's just something that God, you know, that's another characteristic of mine, that whatever I do, I'm gonna do it well. You know? But is that what I'm purposed to do? Is that what I'm supposed to be doing? And just because you're making money in it and you know what I'm saying, doesn't mean that that's what you're supposed to be doing. So hopefully, you know, I don't know where we're gonna go from here. You know, it's just what God kept giving me. We was talking about uh, once you accept your difference and you embrace your difference. You know, he was showing me like Esther. Esther was put in a situation where, you know, she didn't feel like she was a very beautiful, attractive woman, but she was put in a whole lineup with all these other women, and they were all being groomed to for the king. And you know what? Why was she picked? You know, why was she picked? Why was she picked? Because it was something that he saw about her uniqueness, something he saw about her difference. Something was different about her than all the other women, and that put her in that position to be to sit at the right hand of the king. You know what I mean? And then, you know, the other story is Ruth. Ruth was married to Naomi's son. Naomi's husband and both of her sons, you know, passed away. And so Ruth was left with Naomi. But Ruth knew that where she was from, she knew that she was different. So when Naomi said, I'm leaving, she was like, no, 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 I'm going. Then she's like, no, I don't have anything for you. Go back, go back, go to your people, go back to your people. I don't have it. I can't make any more sons. I don't have any more sons to give you. Honey, go live your life. Go back to your people. And she's like, no, 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 no. I'm going with you and your God. Because she knew that something was different about her. She knew that she didn't, it wasn't with her people. It wasn't with her people. She know I need to go. I need to go with her. I need to go with her because she knew that she was different. She it was something different about her. And she knew she had to go so that she can tap into that difference. She may not even know what it was, but she knew that she was different than her people, and she knew that she needed to go. So it's many aspects and many avenues as to how we how we utilize our difference. Everybody's probably put in different positions and different, you know what I'm saying? So it is, that's like our focal point, and we just gonna talk about different things. I don't know, I'm gonna be me on here. I'm gonna embrace my difference. Sometimes I may be serious. Sometimes I may be silly. Sometimes I may be funny. That's just my personality, and I'm just gonna I'm just gonna be me. And I just hope that you all just accept the fact of being me, and that one thing that you know is that I'm real, and whatever, I'm very genuine. What I'm coming with, just know that it's not made up, and I don't have no ill intentions for nobody. You know what I'm saying? It's just a platform for us to come on here and just embrace ourselves, and just to learn how to live in the fruits of the spirit, how to learn how to live in love, joy, peace. If you don't love yourself, you don't know who yourself is. You can't identify with yourself, and you don't know your difference, and you don't know how to get into that next level of you. You know what I'm saying? Because for me, I raised my son, my youngest son. He had a stroke. They said before birth or during birth, wherever. So his right side is like had cerebral palsy, and they told me that he wouldn't walk and he wouldn't talk and all these different things like that, and it just never fazed me like that. You know what I'm saying? And I never raised him as he was different, or as he was handicapped. You know what I'm saying? He just he I raised him to identify himself. You may not do it like I do it, but you figure out a way how to do it. And that's how I raised him. And to this day, he has a beautiful son. He's a great father. There's nothing that he can't do. There's nothing that he don't believe that he can do for himself. Even he has a disability, quote unquote, to what we consider as norm, but that's his norm. So he had to. So I taught him how to live in his difference, how to live in his norm, and how to operate in his norm. And then I'm like, but I didn't do it. I taught it, and I taught him well. you know, and nobody ever treated him any different, because he didn't carry himself with that stigma on him. So he's been accepted by the world, everybody. You know what I'm saying? As not as the boy with the handicap, or the boy that's handicapped or disabled or whatever. You know what I'm saying? He has a quite a little slight disability, but he's learned how to use and how to use his difference to maneuver life, to have a normal life. You know what I'm saying? So that's what it's all about. And so I hope you guys have something may have resonated with you on today. Go like and subscribe. Go like the video, subscribe to the channel so that when I do other videos that you will get notifications. And just be blessed. Have a great new year. Let's have a great new year. We're gonna tap into some things. I just feel it. I'm not turning back this time. I'm going full force. Like, so if you coming with me, come with me. Stick with me. However, if it ain't for you, I love you anyway. You can share the channel. You can share the videos with people who you may think it may not be for you, but it may be for somebody that you know that's in a position that's stuck somewhere that they just need some support and how some help getting out of that unmobile place. So, all right. So you guys have a great night. Thank you for listening and be looking out for future videos. Bye.